Red aquarium plants can completely change a tank. A few pops of color and suddenly your aquascape looks like something out of a magazine. The thing is, not all red plants behave. Some are easygoing and grow no matter what, while others treat your tank like a 5-star spa. Miss one thing and they fall apart. Today we're ranking 15 of the most popular red aquarium plants. From the no-drama icons to the ones that might just send you into a mild existential crisis. Grab your trimmers because things are about to get colorful. Red Tiger Lotus is the kind of plant that refuses to be background decoration. It grows like it's got something to prove. Wide red leaves stretching toward the surface, speckled with patterns that look hand-painted. Drop it in your tank and it settles quickly, sending up leaves that make your fish swim like they've found a new jungle. It does not need CO2, it does not need a super bright light, and it does not melt at the first sign of a mistake. It'll grow fast, but that's part of the fun. Watching it shoot upward like it's trying to escape. If it reaches the top, it might send lily pads to the surface. Trim them if you prefer that bushier look. Keep them if you want a wild pond in a box vibe. Either way, the Tiger Lotus transforms a plain setup into something alive and layered. It brings a bit of organized chaos, which aquariums secretly, they kinda need. Some people avoid it because it grows fast, but that's like avoiding pizza because it's too good. Easy, stunning, and forgiving. This one firmly earns its A-tier badge for being a showpiece that behaves itself. Alternanthera Rosanervig is beautiful but complicated. The plant equivalent of someone who looks fantastic in photos, but they're a little bit of an emotional hurricane behind the scenes. Yeah, the pink veins across its deep red leaves almost glow under strong lighting, giving your tank that artistic, high-contrast look every aquascaper chases. But the catch? This plant does not handle inconsistency. A small dip in CO2, a skip fertilizer, or a surprise pH swing, it'll start melting faster than ice cream under a heat lamp. If you can keep your water stable though, it becomes something special. Trim it regularly to encourage thick, compact growth, and it'll look like a miniature red forest. It loves good light, soft flow, and predictability. Basically, everything the average beginner's tank does not have. When it's thriving, it makes your scape look curated. When it's not, it looks like a cautionary tale. If you're a hobbyist who likes a challenge and actually enjoys tweaking parameters, well, this plant will reward your discipline. But for everybody else, it's probably better admired from afar. Gorgeous when stable, infuriating when not. Alternanthera Rosanervig slides into C tier with both grace and a little attitude. Ludwigia Repens is one of those plants that makes you feel like you suddenly figured out aquascaping. It doesn't demand high-end gear, doesn't panic at small mistakes, and still manages to look incredible. Under medium light, it's a warm orange red. Under stronger light and nutrients, it deepens to a rich crimson that makes your tank look professionally designed. It grows quickly, fills empty corners, and balances out all that green that tends to take over. Fish love weaving between its stems, and it's sturdy enough to handle curious shrimp too. You can plant it in groups for a dense red bush or let it float near the surface for that softer look. It's flexible. It does do best in nutrient-rich substrate, but even gravel growers get some decent results, and the best part is it recovers fast. Trim it, replant it, or move it around, and it won't sulk about it. Ludwigia Repens is the kind of plant that rewards effort without punishing experimentation. If you've ever wanted to add red to your tank without buying expensive lights or juggling CO2 levels, this right here is your ticket. Effortless, consistent, and striking, it completely deserves its S-tier reputation. Yay! Rotala narrow leaf special red looks stunning in photos. Thin, delicate stems that blush into scarlet under perfect conditions, but it's also one of the quickest plants to remind you that aquarium perfection does not come easy. This one wants everything just right. Bright light, steady CO2, and a solid nutrient routine. Miss one of those and it drops leaves faster than you can say water change. It's sensitive to flow, temperature swings, and even your mood. Probably. When it's thriving though, it creates a soft, flowing patch of color that moves beautifully with your current. Yes, I said moves. It's the kind of plant that makes your tank feel alive, not static. But make no mistake, this is not for the casual hobbyist. It is for the people who actually enjoy testing parameters and talking about their lighting spectrum at dinner. The reward is a display that looks straight out of a contest photo. The risk is mild heartbreak. Rotala Narrow Leaf Special Red is an undeniable beauty that demands a perfectionist's touch, which makes its place in D tier completely fair. It's gorgeous, but it's exhausting. Cryptocoryne Nurii does not rush for attention, but it adds depth in a way that few plants can. Its reddish-brown marbling and thick textured leaves make your aquascape look grounded, like it's been growing for years. This plant takes its time, and you will need patience for it to show its full potential. It might melt when you first add it, typical crypt move, but give it a few weeks and it'll come back stronger than ever before. It's a slow grower that enjoys steady conditions, lower light, and nutrient-rich substrate. The payoff is subtle. More of a "this looks natural" kind of beauty rather than a "look at me" burst of red. Because it doesn't need CO2 or intense light, though it fits perfectly into low-tech setups. It's the quiet background character that keeps everything balanced and believable. You'll forget it's there for months, and then one day you'll realize it's quietly thriving and make the rest of your aquascape look way better. For aquarists who like to play the long game, Cryptocoryne Nurii is a plant worth keeping. Reliable, earthy, and consistent, it sits comfortably in C tier, calm among the chaos. Red root floater is one of those plants that doesn't try too hard, it just works. Drop a few on the surface and within weeks, you get a living canopy that softens light, provides shade, and adds a splash of red where you least expect it. The roots hang down like thin threads, creating hiding spots for shrimp and fry. It's a fast grower and great for soaking up excess nutrients, so it helps keep algae in check, but you'll need to manage it. If left alone, it'll multiply until you can't see the waterline anymore. Keep the surface calm, no strong current, and it'll reward you with richer red tones and thick, healthy leaves. It's one of the easiest ways to add color to your tank without needing complicated gear or perfect lighting. Trim a little each week, share it with friends, and you'll always have some ready to go. Simple, functional, and just plain nice to look at. The red root floater, my friends, floats right into S tier. An easy favorite that makes any tank feel more complete. AR Mini brings color and structure without chaos. It's small, neat, and looks like you planned your aquascape with purpose. The reds and the purples stand out, especially under medium to high light, but it's the compact growth that makes it special. You can shape it like a low hedge, use it in the midground, or mix it with green plants for contrast. It likes stable water and appreciates CO2, but it's not overly sensitive. It might melt a little after planting, don't panic though, that's normal. Once rooted, it grows dense and lush. Shrimp often hang around, cleaning its leaves, and little gardeners, you know? It's like the kind of plant that gives your layout polish. The difference between "that's nice" and "that is stunning." Keep nutrients steady and light consistent, and it'll stay vibrant for months. Easy enough for intermediate keepers, but rewarding enough for pros. AR Mini finds its sweet spot in A tier. Refined, reliable, and genuinely satisfying to grow. Rotala Macrandra Mini Pink. This is a visual masterpiece and a technical nightmare. When it's happy, it's breathtaking. Delicate pink leaves that look like they're glowing underwater, but this plant has zero tolerance for inconsistency. Highlight, strong CO2, and the perfect nutrient balance here are non-negotiables. I mean, if you forget fertilizer day or you skip a water change, it'll melt before you even notice. It is not for casual aquarists. It's for people who like chasing perfection and bragging rights. Trim it often to keep it compact, otherwise it grows unevenly and loses its symmetry. Oh, and it hates shade, so give it prime lighting or it's gonna pout in green. Still, there's nothing else quite like it when it is working. The softness of the color, the texture, it's the kind of plant that makes even seasoned aquascapers stop scrolling. But for every success story, there are 5 never again tales. For its beauty and near impossible upkeep, Rotala Macrandra Mini Pink earns its D tier spot. It'll test your patience, but it'll reward your pride. Rotala Rotundifolia is everyone's go-to stem plant for a reason. It's fast. It's flexible, and it's surprisingly forgiving. It grows tall, fills space easily, and can shift between red and green depending on light. In medium light, it's calm and subtle. With higher light, CO2, and your iron dialed in, it blushes into a warm, coppery red. It's great for beginners who want a success story early on, but also fits perfectly into advanced aquascapes. Regular trimming keeps it bushy and controlled. If you skip that, it'll grow wild in every direction. It's not the flashiest red plant here, but that's exactly why it works, okay? It fits anywhere. A reliable background plant that won't melt, panic, or complain about minor mistakes. It's like having a plant that quietly says, "Don't worry, I've got this." Rotala Rotundifolia earns a B tier position for being adaptable, steady, and good looking without the mood swings. Ludwigia Natans Super Red. I mean, this makes tanks look instantly more professional. The red it produces doesn't just pop, it radiates. Under decent light, it glows with these deep scarlet tones. It's a fast grower too, so it fills out backgrounds quickly and gives your fish somewhere to hide. Trim it often and it'll regrow thicker and fuller, like a good mustache. It's forgiving when you make mistakes. Forget a dose, skip a week of care, and it just shrugs it off. Perfect for people who want that intense red without investing in high-end equipment. The movement that it adds as it sways gently with the current makes the whole tank feel more alive. It's a mood-lifting kind of plant. Low effort, high reward, and beautiful from every angle. For being bright, bold, and easy to manage, Ludwigia Natans Super Red proudly takes an A-tier ranking. The kind of plant that does all the work for you. Rotala Wallichii is the kind of softness that makes people stop and stare. Its thin, feathery leaves sway like silk under the filter flow, creating a natural sense of motion. With bright light and CO2, it turns a delicate pinkish red that almost glows. It's not a beginner plant, mind you. It hates dirty water and poor lighting, but it can give you what you want if you give it what it wants, and it's absolutely worth it. It needs frequent trimming to stay dense, otherwise it'll grow sparse and leggy. And while it is fragile, it also is incredibly rewarding once you learn how to handle it. It's best used in groups, and that's when you get that cloud-like effect that makes tanks look lush and airy. Handle it gently during maintenance. It doesn't take to rough hands very well. Rotala Wallichii earns its C-tier placement, not because it's unimpressive, but because dang it, it's kinda demanding. For aquascapers who love fine texture and detail, this one right here is pure satisfaction. Echinodorous Rose is bold, confident, and just a little bit greedy with space. The red-tinted leaves are broad and elegant, swaying gently like underwater sails. Let me tell you, it's sturdy, tolerant, and easy to grow. Thriving in a wide range of water conditions. You can practically ignore it and it'll still push out new growth. But be warned, it can get large and fast. This is not a plant for compact aquascapes. It's a centerpiece that demands its corner. In a big tank, it's perfect. Low effort, high payoff, and it commands attention without trying. Its reddish hue adds warmth, especially in setups dominated by green. The only real maintenance is trimming outer leaves when it spreads too far. If you're running a small tank though, I mean, it's really gonna dominate too quickly. For being reliable and strong, but sometimes too ambitious for its surroundings, Echinodorous Rose lands neatly in the C tier. Beautiful, I mean beautiful, but best suited for tanks that can handle its personality. Cryptocoryne Albida Red plays the long game. It's not flashy at first, but once it settles, it becomes a quiet anchor in your scape. Its narrow leaves have a soft reddish-brown tint that feel natural and balanced. It likes stable parameters, low to medium light, and a nutrient-rich substrate. You move it too often and it'll throw a fit, so find its spot and then just leave it there. Once it establishes its roots, though, it's tough and dependable. It won't outgrow its space or demand constant trimming. It's a steady hand in a tank full of overachievers. Great for people who love subtle details and earthy tones. It complements brighter reds perfectly, keeping your layout grounded. Cryptocoryne Albida Red earns a steady C-tier placement. Not the flashiest in the bunch, but easily one of the most reliable long-term. Now, Ludwigia Arcuata feels calm, precise, and elegant. Its narrow, needle-like leaves bring texture and flow without crowding the scape. Under some medium light, it's a gentle orangish green, giving it that bright light and CO2 though, and it'll warm into a clean red that looks refined rather than loud. It grows slowly, stays slim, and responds predictably to trimming. This is the plant you pick when you want something that quietly enhances everything else instead of stealing focus. It's cooperative, steady, and low maintenance once settled. You won't get the bold colors of a Ludwigia Super Red, but what you will get is balance, and that is underrated. I mean, it fits perfectly between dramatic reds and cooler greens, tying everything together. Reliable, graceful, and quietly stylish, Ludwigia Arcuata earns its B-tier ranking for being subtle yet essential. Ludwigia Peruensis, also called Diamond Ludwigia, has an almost metallic sheen when it's happy. The leaves reflect light in a way that makes the red almost shimmer, adding depth and dimension to your tank. It's not an easy plant to keep bright. It needs strong light and stable CO2, and without those, it's gonna dull into a green. But when you get it right, it is one of the most striking plants you can possibly own in the hobby. It grows upright, doesn't sprawl too much, and makes a great centerpiece group in the midground. It's not fast, so you won't spend your whole weekend trimming it constantly, but patience pays off here. It's one of those plants that matures beautifully. It's a bit picky, yes, but also highly rewarding once you learn its rhythm. For offering elegance with a touch of challenge, Ludwigia Peruensis finds its home in C tier. Stunning when cared for properly, quietly frustrating when ignored. And that, my friends, is the lineup. 15 Shades of Red. Wait, isn't that a book? Anyways, in 15 different personalities. Which of these have you tried though? Which one drives you nuts? Well, drop your thoughts below, and let's compare our plant war stories. Just remember, in a world of aquascaping, the real test of patience grows one leaf at a time.